So this is Intuition 5, Past Lives, Future Lives. And this is a kind of a little welcome. We're going to go over some goals and our theme. We have 4 goals in this class. The first goal is to explore your existence. You have a much bigger existence than you think you do. And it exists in other times and other places, which I refer to as other frequency sets and other zones of energy, okay, and other reality systems as well. So, and that because of the way we think about time, the existence could be in the past, an alternate present, or the future. So we're going to take a look at some of those. The second goal is to deepen your understanding of the nature of the psyche. That the structure of the psyche is very, very rich. It's much more powerful, much more adaptable, much more flexible than you allow. And once you get an understanding of that, there comes to be this this ability, I guess I'll call it, or this tendency to, when you have a really, really big problem, you will end up looking at, okay, well, you know, where's this coming from? Is this something from yesterday or last week or last year or, you know, when I was 3 or some other lifetime altogether? And we'll talk some more about that later because it's very different than what you might think. People think about past lives and they have a very narrow concept of what past lives are and how they work. So the third goal is to integrate experience and understanding that's gained from other alternate lives, because you have this treasure trove of experience and wisdom from other times and other places. And when you're limited to just this life right here, right now, then you're really, it's like having one leg missing or having one half of your brain not working. You don't have access to that experience, that wisdom, that insight. And that's really, it's important. It's really useful. And it's very empowering to be able to dip into other lives or alternate experiences and see, what did I learn there? Why are we doing this? Why is this happening? Etc. And the fourth goal is to understand the usefulness of exploring both past and future life experience. That usefulness allows you to make decisions right now that you might not have had the courage to make if you hadn't had that insight or that understanding coming from that past life. So those are our goals. And we have a theme. Our theme here is that I exist in all times and all places. When you come into being, you take shape within the great Godhead, the field, the source, whatever you want to call it. You become an independent region, but you're still connected to everything and everybody, past, present, future, up and down the scale of dimensions. You're connected. And so keep that in mind. You know, you exist in all times and all places. Why not draw from that? Why not utilize that? So in this class, we expand existence into other times and places. By the time you get to Intuition 5, it's time to begin assembly of that, what I'm going to call that eternal self, that self that is wise, that has a continuous connection to source, that is working with energy instead of working against it. When you work with energy, we say you are in a state of grace. That's what that means. And they sure screwed that up when they were teaching that It became this vague, thing. But you have to get in that flow in which you are watching where the energies are going, and you are tweaking here and there where you see it needs to be tweaked, and bypassing those things that you don't have to deal with, etc. So you're expanding into other times and places, and that's what brings you to your power, which is intuition 6. But it's a process. You can't just step into it all at once. We're going to walk through the past and the future, your past and your future, and you'll see, what am I capable of creating right now? And once you see what you're capable of creating and hear, then you're going to have an opportunity to say, is that what I want? Would I do something different, etc. We're going to do past life readings for one another, and I will guide you to do one for the self. Will unfold the human energy system, hopefully a little bit more, by talking about death and the near-death experience and reincarnation. Why not have a near-death experience tonight? What is a near-death experience? We'll talk about that. We'll do some spot checks of the near future and talk about your role as a creator of reality. Boom. And then shifting the timeline, your timeline. Where do you want to be going? Who do you want to see around you, etc. So those are our big goals. The concept of death is a big one in Intuition 5. So don't be frightened by that. You have what's called a little death every night when you put yourself to bed and go off into the wilds of consciousness to create other experiences. And when you come back to that body in the morning, you're not the same as when you left. Okay? So that's why sleep is called the little death, because when you come back, you're different. Why are you different? Because of all those experiences you had at night, those dreams. Okay? You create in order to learn from what you are creating.